I love this story. This is like one of my favorite stories of all time. Like, man, let's see what the market can have. And all of a sudden you get a call from Bill Belichick. Like, so you're thinking about dumping Odell Beckham Jr.? Like, no. Who told you that? We love Odell Beckham Jr. Like, dude, Belichick called. We're missing something. You're missing something. I mean, this is a disastrous story for the New York Giants. I mean, they give him a contract after 3 months of good behavior, and then the second the contract is signed, he goes back to being the exact same guy he was, only now empowered by this huge contract that you want to get rid of him. Just the steps of errors from taking Saquon Barkley instead of getting your future quarterback to signing Odell Beckham Jr. when you didn't have to. You could have let him play out the season and see if he was really a changed man, to the fact that now they're still kind of stuck in what do we do quarterback-wise? What do we do with OBJ? And then this story comes out that you legitimately wanted to move him. And then I hear Jay Glazer in his mailbag make a bold prediction.
That's what started this whole thing.
Makes a bold prediction that he'll be moved. And as we know, like Jay Glazer, when he talks, like E.F. Hutton, people listen. So I think this looks like a clown show in New York. That, wait, you were going to trade him, but because Belichick was interested, you didn't want to? That's because that system, that program is run the way it's supposed to be run, where you get in line. If not, you're gone. That's it. Period. End of story. He never would have gotten that big contract from the Patriots. He's incredibly talented, but it's hard to win with him because of all the other stuff he brings with him.
But here's the thing. What has he done? You said it's back to the old Odell. We know that he had the interview with Lil Wayne early in the season, which, okay, you know, everybody knows Eli is a problem. That's their biggest problem. You said it. They should have drafted a quarterback. Eli's 38. He's not the same. He's not able to utilize Odell. Outside of that, now maybe Jay knows that there's stuff going on in the locker room.
Onside kick. He was on the hands team. Chance to win a game, and he did the business decision and got out of the way. I mean, that's what this is about. You can't.
At that point, it was a smart thing to do for that team.
No, it's not.
For that team?
No, it's not.
Where's that team going?
They weren't trying.
Okay, you're gonna put that play over all the great things he did this season?
Yes.
He threw 2 touchdown passes. That's not even to mention how great he was as a receiver.
He doesn't get paid to throw touchdown passes. He gets
paid.
Then
don't have him throw the ball.
Okay,
when he throws it, he threw it well. All I'm saying is he doesn't get paid to be on the onside kick team either.
Yes, he does.
He gets paid to be a receiver. That's the one problem you have with him, that he made a business decision in a year where we have no chance to make the playoffs?
No, wait.
He should have made a business decision.
No, he should not have.
He should have.
Okay,
Would it be better to get hurt in a season where your season's lost and maybe you're hurt for the upcoming season?
What's the best thing about Odell Beckham Jr.?
His talent, his ability.
What specific talent does he have that we are all in awe of, that we watch pregame?
He's a great receiver.
You have an onside kick, dude. This is a team football game, and you're on the hands team, and the ball's coming your way.
That's your one thing. That's him returning to the old Odell.
It embodies the problem with Odell Beckham Jr. is that Odell Beckham Jr. is about Odell Beckham Jr.
Many receivers are.
Huh?
Why did New England want him then?
Because he's super talented and they're dumpster divers. The same reason they always are. And who knows if they wanted him or they just want to make a call. Let's see what we can.
That position.
They
would be.
And they're terrible wide receivers. And they won a Super Bowl without anybody good outside the numbers.
I get it, but he would be tremendous.
Of course he would.
And my point is, I'm not saying he's perfect. But if last season he really wasn't, he's not the problem. If they get a quarterback, if they draft Dwayne Haskins and he's good,
yes,
they've got Evan Ingram at tight end, Odell Beckham Jr. at receiver, Saquon Barkley at running back. I agree with you. I think that was a mistake, but he's still great. If you have those three and a good quarterback, you'd be hard-pressed to find another team with a better trio of skill positions than those guys.
I understand, but we've seen this from the Pittsburgh Steelers. When you have great skill position guys, you don't have necessarily a football team. Remember, they shut him down. They shut him down at the end. He hasn't played every year.
What do you think the Giants should do? Do you think they should be looking to move him?
I would love to move him. The problem is now you're going to take a major cap hit, right? Now, because you signed this deal. He's a freak talent, okay? He is an absolute freak talent. He's special. But they got better the less they went to him last year. They just did. And they started to win football games.
With or going to him or not.
I understand, but they started to win football games the less they looked for him. And I'm not disputing that they have an Eli problem. That's their number one problem that they have, and that they can't, for whatever reason, they just can't quit Eli Manning. They can't move on there because they're the first family in football, and they have to fix the offensive line. They have to fix the defense, but. Look, football is, there's no better embodiment for the team game than watching the New England Patriots with the guys, you can't even name their wide receivers, right? Like, Julian Edelman's their slot wide receiver. Outside the numbers, you're going with Philip Dorsett or Chris Hogan. Neither strike fear into your heart. But you can win football games. Why? Because they do their job. And when you're on the hands team and everybody shows up to watch you catch balls before the game, and you have the greatest catch in football, even though Julio Jones' Super Bowl catch before the collapse was actually a better catch. Nonetheless, if you're known as having the best hands in the NFL, that when you're on the hands team and a ball is coming your way and you've got guys in front of you that are designed to block the other team, you go get the ball. He's about himself, not about winning. And if the Giants want to win, they should get rid of Odell Beckham Jr.
No, they should not trade him. You don't blame losing on a wide receiver. Okay, Julio Jones, is he great? Did they make the playoffs? No. Adam Thielen, Stephon Diggs, are they great? Yes. Did they make the playoffs? No. Receivers make the playoffs when you either have a great quarterback with you or the team around you is great. They're an accessory. And if you get a great quarterback, Odell Beckham will be great for you. I just don't think they should trade him. And I don't think he was that bad of a problem last year. Again, the Lil Wayne interview, I think people probably made too much out of that. We know, should you go on there at national TV and say that about your quarterback? Okay, no. But compared to what a lot of receivers are doing.
Name them.
Antonio Brown.
And that's why he's going to be gone.
Well, we'll see. The owner wants to meet with him. I think the owner would like to keep him.
Well, that's because of the cap hit. If it wasn't going to be a $20 million cap hit, he'd be gone yesterday.
There are a lot of receivers historically. Today, Randy Moss was a problem. Randy Moss had an attitude.
When he was on bad teams, he was a bad team.
Do you think Odell would be different with a different organization or in a different culture?
Yes, absolutely, because he wouldn't be. Look, what we know a quarter of what really goes on.
Well, that's why, look, like you said, Jay Glazer's as plugged in as they get, and maybe there's stuff going on inside that organization that we don't know about, which will lead them to trade him. I'm just saying, from what we know, what we saw last season, I would not trade him.
Well, and remember, Dave Gettleman has a history of this. You go back to when he's in Carolina, he had Steve Smith, who's as talented a wide receiver and as competitive a guy as possible. They get rid of Steve Smith, they go to a Super Bowl. So there's precedent for this, even with their general manager. But that's really my point, is like, look, we know a fraction of it. We can only see the snippets we see on Sunday, and then when they're on local radio or they're conducting interviews. Even if they have him under this new contract, and you have Saquon Barkley, you got Evan Ingram, and you got Sterling Shepard, the thought should be all we need is a quarterback and fix some other things. But when they're talking about moving on from Odell Beckham Jr., it tells you all you need to know. He's a pain in the ass that keeps you from winning and doesn't help you.
I mean, Jay made a bold prediction. And like you said, I don't know if that was based on his reporting or if he just wanted to make a bold prediction. But he's plugged in. I'm not questioning Jay Glazer.
I'm not either.
I'm just saying there haven't been other reports that the Giants are looking to move him. I mean, since, before the season.
Yeah, true. Okay, but Schefter thought he'd be moved last offseason, and now you got Jay Glazer. And, like, Jay Glazer, I'm not saying he bats 1,000, but it feels that way. It really feels like Jay Glazer's close to 1,000.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.